On a quiet mountainside, far from the crowds and noise, Jesus withdrew to pray. It was not a moment of rest, but a moment of preparation. For what he was about to do would shape the future of his mission and the future of the world. Scripture tells us that he spent the entire night in prayer. Hour after hour, under the stars, he sought the wisdom of the Father. This was not a decision of human preference. It was a decision rooted in heaven. When morning came, Jesus called his disciples to him. Among the many followers, he chose 12. 12 men who would become the foundation of a movement that would spread to every nation and every generation. But what's striking is this: none of these men were chosen for their status, their education, or their reputation. Jesus did not choose the elite, the religious scholars, or the powerful leaders of the day. Instead, he chose ordinary men, fishermen, a tax collector, a zealot, and everyday workers, imperfect, inexperienced, and unknown. Their names were Simon, Peter, Andrew, James, John, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Simon the Zealot, Judas, son of James, and Judas Iscariot. Each different, each with flaws, and each with a story. Yet Jesus called them anyway, not because of who they were, but because of who they could become. Peter was impulsive. Thomas struggled with doubt. Matthew had a past many despised. James and John were called sons of thunder. For a reason, they were fiery and intense. And Judas Iscariot would one day betray him. But even knowing their weaknesses, Jesus chose them. He saw beyond their limitations. He saw their potential. He saw their willingness to follow. Jesus was sending a message that echoes across centuries. God does not call the qualified. He qualifies the called. The world looks at outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. These 12 men, though ordinary, became extraordinary because they walked with Jesus. They listened, they learned, they were transformed. And through them, the message of the kingdom would spread like wildfire. The choosing of the 12 was also a symbol. 12 men, just as Israel had 12 tribes. Jesus was building a new spiritual family, a new people of God. Through these men, the gospel would go beyond borders, beyond culture, beyond tradition. They laid the foundation of the church that still stands today. Their story reminds us that we do not need perfection to be used by God. We don't need status, titles, or applause. What God looks for is a willing heart. A heart ready to follow, ready to learn, and ready to be transformed. If Jesus could use fishermen to change history, he can use any of us too. And just like on that mountainside, Jesus still calls people today. He still invites ordinary men and women to join his mission to shine light, to spread hope, and to carry love into a world that desperately needs it. The 12 apostles were not heroes when they were chosen, but they became heroes because they said yes. So may we also say yes. May we step into the calling God places before us, and may we remember that in God's hands, ordinary people can do extraordinary things.